The year was 2000 when every woman wanted to be Tulsi Virani. Every mother wished for a daughter or daughter-in-law like Tulsi Virani, and every young girl aspired to be her. And the magic was created by this woman, Smriti Irani, and she is back playing the character after almost 2 decades.
2.5 decades.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll ask the first question to you, Smriti. Like, when you stepped into the Kyuki set again, what did it feel like and how was the first shot like?
I think the process that an actor goes through to create more than a character is a process which is so naturally unnatural. It is like riding a bicycle. Many people equate it to that.
Yeah.
That once you go through the flow, it's like you never leave it. So there have been many life experiences that took me away from the craft itself. There were people who were circumspect as to whether I could easily flow back. And I'm very grateful that the craft has been practiced such that when I came onto set, I knew exactly where the lights should have been. I knew exactly what conversation to have with the camera personnel or with my directorial team. So it genuinely felt as though, you know, when did I leave?
Wow, wow, that's interesting. But you also got so much love when you moved to politics. What made a fiery politician come back to acting? Was it nostalgia? Was it this character?
I think that there are things that I say as a character which I can't say possibly as a politician. There are issues which have come through the script on body shaming, on aging. Those are not issues that normally we deal with in politics. Those are not issues which are glamorous enough for either television or movies and mass public consumption. The capacity to say those things within the context of a make-believe family and have it resonate with a huge subset in our population, that in itself for me was a brilliant experience. And I genuinely feel that they are subjects that the Kyunki team is picking up, which are not to be found, which are not tampered or tempered with for the lack of courage on behalf of many makers. So when Ekta and I got together, we were very clear that we will not do the run-of-the-mill content. We will do it at a pace which not many are accustomed to.
Right.
We will do it about issues not many are speaking about. And these are issues that the general public can relate to. We had a subject on false implications and cases and the impact on men. Now, you do not expect a Tulsi-like character or a Saas Bahu serial to talk about men's rights. So, I believe that for me, this was an opportunity to create a mothership of message. And I think we've been very successful. In fact, my co-star Amar Upadhyay was telling me that, Smriti, I think one needs to also reflect on the fact that aajkal naye shows nahi chalte. We come back after 25 years with the same production house, the same two cast members, the same channel. We have the added burden of seeing whether we would work on OTT or not.
Of course.
Today, 1.5 billion plus minutes already consumed on OTT. And it's going strong.
Absolutely.
So it's the mother of all comebacks, which seems to have worked.
It truly is. I'll come back to the part of the success later. But I'm just being curious that was it Tulsi that made you take that comeback, or would you have been okay doing another character?
No, I think it's Ekta's capacity to tell a story within the same framework, but with such impact. She as a creator 25 years ago and her today, they're two different human beings altogether. So for me, it was always about leveraging my capacities for new experiences. There's also, I think, as a public person, let alone a politician or somebody who from the media business, you always desire to explore new opportunities. It's very easy to build on old foundations. It's very difficult to kind of represent, recreate, remodel yourself. And I think that was a great adventure for me.
Right, right. And as we were talking about before the interview, that 25 years back, a television show was featured in an India Today cover.
It was our first.
Yes.
It was our first to be featured in a national magazine. And I still remember at that time I had to explain to my colleagues what was the significance of being featured in India Today. And my family subscribed to it, so I understood its socio-political and economic import. And my friends from the media, my colleagues from the Kyunki said, they were like, why are you so excited about this? I don't have any clue. If India Today picks you, that means you've made a national impact. And I think that 25 years ago, we did not have social media to give us a PR spin or an ecosystem that we could delve into. So today, to survive in the 15-second scrolling universe of youngsters and young consumers, that in itself
yes. I mean, that
exhausting.
time I think television defined prime time back then, but now the world has changed. Even families have changed, viewing pattern has changed, and as you rightly mentioned, attention span has changed. So what does success means to you today when your TV show does so well?
I very honestly, when one is habituated to success, then one starts to redefine how you view success. For me, what was a matter of great success is the messaging that got through. It was not, there were many feedbacks which came to me from journalists who had politically covered me in Delhi. And they said, why are they showing body shaming and aging with you? Why can't you only be glamorous? And I actually, in my conversation with them, told them, I said, the fact that you've covered me for a decade as a politician, as a cabinet minister, and for you to get so engrossed in a character which you know is make-believe, and for a hardcore political journalist to have that response, I think that is actual success. Yesterday I was in Hyderabad, and a group of 5 gentlemen, older gentlemen, they stopped me suddenly across security gates and said, ma'am, I just saw one episode. So there's a presumption that the consumption will only happen from women. The fact that it's been watched by all genders, all category, all age groups, that again for me is an issue of success. And that we've had such an impact on the OTT universe. That is something I honestly did not expect. In fact, I myself was wondering that while television, yes, may have had a background to have seen this work of ours, how would OTT respond to it? Because our program now is centered on family values, gali galoch nahi hai. I'm like, OTT, so how will we do? So the fact that we made such an impact on OTT, that gladdens my heart.
And with OTT content around the world, we are watching content around the world on OTT. When you look back, what do you think makes Tulsi and Kyunki so relevant even in today's time?
I think that she's relevant to relationships. The character speaks to many facets of relationship. Before I came down for your interview, I was doing a scene between Meer and Tulsi. They're filming it upstairs, where they're talking about division of who should get how much money. And it's very matter-of-fact scene done between a husband and a wife. And my director walked up to me. He said, you know what? I never looked at this perspective from a female point of view. And he said, because I had this conversation with my wife 2 days ago. He says, women view money very differently in a relationship. So the fact that we can make people who are even working with us rethink their relationships, I think that is why the Tulsi character has resonated. Because no matter which era you live in, no matter which year you live in, relationships tend to be almost the same.
Absolutely. But also people often criticize television because it creates an unrealistic image of a bahu or
I don't understand
woman.
Why would you come to a fictional show to find reality? It's very oxymoronic. In fact, it's more reflective on the intelligence of the person who has that expectation. Because nobody say ये सत्य घटनाओं पर आधारित है, आप इससे प्रेरित हो जाइए, पूरी अपनी जिंदगी इसके अनुसार जिए. Nobody says that. So often these wondrous critics that flabbergast me with their absolute intelligence of expectation of reality from such a Saas Bahu soap or life lesson from a Saas Bahu soap. I genuinely wish to ask them, what is wrong with you? Why would you turn on to a Saas Bahu show and want to get a life lesson out of it?
Another thing that was fascinating was how you were pitted how you and the show was pitted against Rupali and Anupama. How do you look at competition, Smriti?
I don't, because I've been at TRP number 30. So when somebody gets to number 30 in terms of TRPs,
Absolutely.
then you can be our competition, right? Now, we've been there 25 years ago. If you have had enough capacity to be remembered for 25 years, then we will talk about competition. If you've been a 3-time MP, if you've been a cabinet minister for a decade,
Right.
if you've been a BJP person for 25, I mean, if you want to compete, you have to be fair to everybody in the so-called competitive sphere to say, do you measure up on all these standards? Then compete.
Yeah.
You can't have somebody who's just like started something and say then compete with Smriti Irani. The second issue is that today, is there any show that you can guarantee can come back 25 years later?
Not at all.
But Kyuki is that
Yeah.
show. So the competition or the reference to such a competition is unfair
Yeah.
because you'll never get to 30.
Yeah. And we rightfully
And you'll never
waited-
be consistently number one for 8 years, which we were.
Absolutely.
So
And we waited for it like rightfully. We just
that's what
wanted
I'm
it
saying.
to
The
come
fact
back.
that we've had competitive mediums come post 25 years, right? So it's not as if I'm acting or conveying a story only on television. I have both.
Yes.
So if I look at the reference numbers on OTT, which is a very hard market to crack, in fact, television has been there, done that. The OTT market itself is so complex. So for a show which is so-called old school to resonate so loudly on OTT, that speaks volumes. And I think the legend that Ekta has created for herself, forget about anything else. She's one of the first television entities that got listed on the stock exchange.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, am I competing with anybody at the stock exchange? So, I think it's foolhardy.
Yes, yes. How's the equation with Ekta evolved over the years?
I've seen her grow as a human being, as a creator, and I think that when it comes to Kyunki, this is more of a passion project for her. This is more of an emotional journey for her. So for me, as an actor, it becomes very essential that whatever she writes, I exhibit that emotion to the best of my ability. She's somebody who enjoys not only the structured dialogue framework of a scene. There's a time where she called me and said, "Oh my God, you fell in a scene." I said, "Yes." She said, "My God, you fell so naturally." I said, "Yes." And please remember, we're not 20 anymore. I'm like, "Yes." So she oscillates between the creator and the friend. Because the editor sees me falling in a scene saying, "Arey wah, Tulsi gir gayi." But Ekta Kapoor sees and says, "Haddi pasli theek hai kya?" So that's the difference.
Yes. And how much of the change are you seeing in terms of industry and how it functions from the time back
I think
then?
Ekta was one of the pioneers who actually went across mediums. So she went television, then she
OTT
did
films, of course.
films, then OTT. So she's explored across mediums. And I also believe she's doing a lot of work now on YouTube. Then she's doing different kinds of OTTs as well. So I believe that the fact that beyond a point when you are consistently successful, it's all about also enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think both Ekta and I are in that phase in our lives. They say, okay, humne kar liya. Achievements, because once you've set that legend, is there anybody else crawling up to it? No. It would be extremely immodest for us to keep basking in that glory. I think it speaks volumes that our craft is such that we can explore new stories, we can explore new ideas, and we have new mediums to speak about it.
But as an observation purpose, like how do you look at the industry now? Maybe on set,
think
how
that,
things
I
change?
think that there is better technology to work with. The work hours are still a challenge because we do have to work. You are coming up with a product every night for a set audience. You have a commitment to a network. So you cannot say that the producer's commitment shall not be honored. I don't feel like it today. That is not professionally acceptable behavior. But at the same time, I believe as an industry as a whole, we can have new pathways of enhancing our market value. I think the industry is so focused on creating creative value that it doesn't look at market cap.
Yes, yes. But very interesting that you mentioned work hours because right now the entire controversy around Deepika quitting 2 films because of it.
That's an individual
Yes, but
choice.
Smriti, tell me, because usually these things are expected from a woman that she will
No, see,
maybe,
but,
yes.
but it's not that men are giving birth. Na?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't understand how can you equate men and women on the issue of pregnancy.
No, but work hours, do you agree to it that should be the way
Firstly,
ahead?
I don't live by the work ethic of somebody else. I understand that a lot of controversies are created, and some controversies are only created so that the controversy sells. So I will not be naive enough to indulge in all that stupidity. I will only say this much, that I have worked through 2 pregnancies on
Yes.
this very set with a female producer. I was very, very adamant on making my producer successful, because a young female producer to get a show which became iconic, as an actor, it was my responsibility to make sure that the ship kept sailing. It was my choice.
Yes.
I can't expect people to then make my choices their work ethic. So that's what I'm saying. It's an individual
Yes.
choice. Today, I understand that if I consistently don't turn up for my producer will suffer a huge loss. And it's not fair then to my
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah.
If I don't turn up to work, 120 people do not get a paycheck that day. It's unfair to 120 families.
True.
So my way of viewing my work and my work product is very different.
Right, right. But how tough has it been for as a woman for you to handle both house and work?
Not
Because politics is also so demanding. I mean, you've been
Well,
a
not
working
been
mother
tough.
throughout.
I think I'm very grateful that I've had opportunities. I don't look at it from a perspective of burden. I look at it from a perspective of
Yes.
opportunity. It was my choice to be an actor. It was my choice to be a politician. It is my choice to have children. So if I've made those choices in life, I should be responsible enough
Right,
towards it.
right. But
I can't say I chose to have a kid, so now you put the bill for it.
yes, yes. But in today's time, how important is equal parenting?
Again, it's, you know, it's very nice to say nice things on camera and live a different reality. I am not that kind of a hypocrite. I am of the opinion that today, especially young couples, they are deciding whether or not to have a child depending on what the comfort that they have within their relationship that will be brought to the child. So for me to sit in judgment of everybody who say, "Arey, aisa hona chahiye, waisa hona chahiye," it's unfair.
Yes. And we spoke about how this show has been shedding light on body shaming. But Smriti, tell me, as a public figure, when someone talks about your weight or your appearance, does that seem like a personal attack? No?
Because I don't seek validation from people. I don't have this. I know that there are some actors who pretend to be so hurt and do all that nonsense through various PR networks. I don't do all that
yes.
because I have never sought validation as a human being and neither as an actor from pretend controversies or from irrespective of who says what to me. I'm very grateful that as a politician, I've had the opportunity to serve my country. As a media personality, I've had opportunities to express my craft. Apart from that, if I have constructive criticism coming my way, I completely look into it and try and kind of correct any flaws which are highlighted. But then I also know when vitriol is only for the sake of being vitriolic.
Yes.
So I don't care.
Like, I remember even when the show was announced, there was so much discussion around your payday salary or you shooting with body double. Like, how do you take all of this?
I don't. I
Yeah.
know who started those controversies. Those people, God bless them. I couldn't care less.
And the entire
I
conversation.
think the beauty is that I know exactly who started it.
Oh, wow. I would like to know that, but I'm sure you won't mention it on camera.
No, so, and it is to those people, I know who did it. It is to those people that I say that throwing stones at me will still not make you Smriti Irani.
Absolutely. Yes. Truly. But also the section of audiences who has been critical about your political career, they also felt that because you lost that election, you went back to acting. What do you want to tell those
I
people?
was acting before I was minister as well, so I guess they don't know my life. So when you know people don't know that
Yeah.
aspect of your life, why would you waste your time explaining yourself?
Right, right. Smriti, also tell me, like, when you remember, like, 25 years back, how was the vibe then, back then? Because a lot of people worship Tulsi. There were so many people, as even in my introduction I mentioned, women wanted to be Tulsi Virani. Tell me about what do you remember and the fondest memory that you
I
have?
don't get very nostalgic. I don't fall in love with the success. So I don't have any of those idiosyncrasies that many actors nowadays have.
A lot of people often tend
I know that it is a make-believe world that we present for half an hour. The idea is to make the audience engrossed. If we manage to do that, that's it.
Right.
I don't get very sensitive about, oh my God, I'm worshipped and all. That is genuinely an insult to the intelligence of the audience that is watching you. I'm very respectful and grateful towards the audience. And I have always publicly stated, don't make public persons and actors your idols. You're just actors. If you want somebody that you can look up to your parents, look up to elders, look up to people within your own fraternity who have helped you or helped community at large during troubling times. Look up to the soldier that has fallen. Look up to the soldier that stands today at the border, willing to die to protect you, our country. Those are the people you emulate, not actors.
But as actors, especially working in television, they often tend to just become the character.
I think then
Yes.
they don't have a better life. No, very sad people then.
Amazing.
I've never
Yeah,
carried this
because-
persona outside anywhere. You have to be extremely uncomfortable with your real self
Right.
to carry an. I don't have an entourage.
Wow.
No.
This is news.
I've never
because
had
right
one.
now there's such a big conversation in the industry.
But I've never had.
Wow.
Television, one, can't afford all this tantrums.
Hmm.
Secondly, I've never had an entourage. I don't walk around with security personnel. So I know that hogwash also came.
Yes.
I never walked around with security that was ascribed to me even when I was cabinet minister.
Wow.
Doesn't say so. If there are people and actors who get a high out of, living this whole fake,
Persona.
I mean, you have to be so sad to do that.
But also tell me, when you, of course, ventured into politics, was it also a task for you to make people believe that you are Smriti and not Tulsi? Because there were a lot of...
You genuinely don't know politics, no, and you don't know my career. I've had 25 years of
course, when you
simultaneous.
just started out,
No,
a
but
lot
I
of
had a
people had seen you
simultaneous.
as Tulsi, so
No. I have made sure that my politics does not have a resonance of this
Right.
character at all. I worked too hard in politics and created enough merit in
Absolutely.
politics to let it get diluted by a TV character.
Amazing. That's great. Tell me one lesson that politics taught you.
I think that life teaches you a lesson, not a profession, not a service.
Right. Also tell me, Smriti, like, if you could go back in time and tell Smriti when she was starting her
I don't bother
career.
with all that nostalgia.
You
No,
don't?
go back and do all this nonsense. Because whatever you do today, you make a decision to the best of your capacities, knowing your circumstances now, presuming the impact it'll create over a period of time. You never take a decision thinking that it'll be a wrong decision. You do it with the best of intent.
Absolutely.
So can you go back and then regret that intent? You can't. So I've been very clear in life that if you are to take the impact, the consequence of every decision, be mindful. I have always said कि आप कोई decision लेते हो 3 तराजू में तोलो, circumstances, capacity or conscience.
A lot of fans are worried that Kyuki will be a limited show.
It is.
It is.
It
They
is a
are
limited
sad about
show.
it.
Yes. I'm not sad about it at all.
Fans are definitely.
I'm grateful that it has created such an impact that now they are in the middle of conversations about, hey Bhagwan, बंद हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? दुनिया चलती रहेगी.
Bilkul, bilkul. Lastly, tell me, of course, even in the first season, we had seen Tulsi standing up for so many important societal issues. This time too, we are seeing that. What else do you
That you'll have to ask Ekta. I have to have my lips.
But do you also kind of give your suggestions to Ekta that we can actually use this platform to tell this message out?
Ekta herself is very, very, as a human being who wants to create impact, is very evolved herself.
Right.
There are issues that she will discuss as a friend. I don't tend to discuss issues with her as a creator. My job as an actor is to deliver on her creativity. So we've always made sure that we've stayed within the maryada of our relationship. We have never kind of crossed wires.
Right, right.
So she knows how she writes, she knows what is the story she wants to tell. My job is to translate that.
Amazing. Any message that you actually received from a fan this time that just left you
this young kid, Vaishnavi, she literally struggled through this program in Hyderabad. There's one lady from Bhopal, Nisha. Then there are others who keep tagging me on Instagram. I'm really grateful because this is not a medium that I'm accustomed to.
Yes.
Even in politics, I never leverage social media for myself. So I'm flabbergasted when I see this kind of adulation, support. So I just want to say a very big thank you for it.
Amazing. Are you getting accustomed to social media tags and all?
No, I
It's
always
fun?
was, but it
Yeah.
was never about my persona and how I looked and
Right.
how I acted. So I was accustomed to social media from a political perspective, which is comparatively very harsh. So all this nice little rosy pictures of and about me is
Right,
not something I'm accustomed to.
And lastly, tell me one big difference that you see in the Gen Z generation right now that has left you impressed, or you feel that this could change. Like, what's your take on?
Co-actors on the show, the young ones, they recognize that we can't afford to be frivolous with a legacy like Kyunki. Shagun, who plays Pari, so her as an actor day one and today, huge difference.
Wow.
Aman, again, as an actor, huge difference. Prachi, who plays Munni, big difference. We have Rohit, who plays
Yes.
Laksh. I mean, I've seen that whole transition from what they used to act on other shows,
Yeah.
and then they come to the OGs in Kyunki, and we all kind of, me, Amar,
Yes.
2-3 of us, we kind of sit with these kids. They're hardworking. They understand the importance
Right.
of the contribution of this legacy to Indian television history. So it's lovely to see them, you know, evolve. It's also a nice place for me to relive a few of my old friendships.
Amazing.
The actor who plays the character of Hemant, Shakti. So some of us are Delhi wala, so we kind of gang up and rag people from other places. Amar plays the big brother across the set and say, ye nahi, wo nahi. So it's fun. It's fun to kind of relive your craft from the prism of somebody who's very youthful, who's very ambitious. I've had opportunities where Shagun, who plays Pari, has actually started crying. I don't want to be mean to ma'am. So it's nice to, and I think that if there is, apart from Ekta, one person who should be credited with the success of the show, it is my director, Muzammil. When I first worked with Muzammil, he was an assistant on this very show.
This show.
This very show. And to see him now evolve into a full-fledged successful director,
Amazing.
to see him give so much of care to every frame, to every emotion, every shot, is genuinely a joy as an actor to work with such a creator.
But I was just wondering, these young kids must have been so scared to perform with the OG cast.
Yeah, and I was very happy to scare them. So the best way to rag them was, I mean, there are times when Shagun does this, she calls Kamal, she's like, listen, ma'am, you know, I don't know what's wrong with her. And she's very angry and she's calling you to set. I've had Aman, he ran poor thing all through. See, kya ho gaya, ma'am ne kya bol diya?
Yeah.
So they do at times use me as an instrument to rag people. And I allow that.
Yeah, but I think people have a little perception that you're very strict. And
I'm so happy about it. I always tell people, मेरी reputation खराब मत करना. जैसी खराब है वैसी रहने देना. It's not. I think as a working woman,
Yes,
I deliberately created that persona so that I didn't have to deal with riffraff.
that's true.
And I was very clear that if you are very transparent, it's much easy on the workload. So I'm somebody who I've been around like what 25,
Absolutely.
28 years in the field, and I know how the system works. So I'm like, चापलूसी करके कोई फायदा नहीं है. चापलूसी करनी मुझे आती नहीं है. Ultimately, what I've learned is that your craft speaks. If you are talentless, no matter how many controversies you create, you'll never. This is an industry that punishes those who are not talented. It does not matter who you are. If you don't have the talent, they will be done with you.